Alright, welcome back everybody to the channel. Juice Gaming here. We're going to be doing our Capstone dungeon at level 57 with the infamous build. I ended up dropping the Howl from below and swapped from my Blight build that I cleared the Capstone dungeon originally at level 55. It was a little bit of a struggle. Elias took a few attempts, but the clear was easy enough and we ended up getting through it. Now I am the infamous build, coming back to see how much easier it is to do the Capstone dungeon, only 2 levels higher than I originally was. I'll go over all my gear real quick, give you a quick rundown of what I have been wearing. And it's definitely not the best in slot, it's definitely not even the somewhat good in slot, but it's just there to give me my aspects. And make sure if you guys like the video or learn something, you like and subscribe, as it helps me a ton identify what you guys enjoy watching, and I can bring more of that content to you. Thanks. Going over the gear here, we got Blood Mist triggers corpse explosion on surrounding corpses. When Blood Mist detonates a corpse, its cooldown reduced by 0.4 seconds. We don't need this one, but we get a barrier when we get a hit an elite. Howl from below gives our corpse explosion targeting ability. We get armor when we hit things. Wall unstoppable in 4 seconds after you gain 19% increased movement speed and allows you to move freely through things. That doesn't really matter, but gives you some more movement speed while in your mist. You would want a wand and a focus here, but I have a 2-hand weapon because it's my best weapon I found so far. I put the Bone Storm aspect in it, giving us shadow damage bone storms. For the heart here, we have the increased damage over time per crowd control in it. This is pretty much what's carrying the build right now. For the aspect in here, 75% increased damage for 6 seconds after the Shadow Blade key passive damages enemies 10 times. For the heart here, when we see at least 3 enemies near you, you get the aura for Decrepify. Just helps us keep up our Decrepify without casting it. I'm hoping that this ends up going down to when at least 1 enemy is near you, then we can get the Decrepify right off the bar and add something else. The heart is walking near enemies. A corpse automatically activates equipped corpse skill every second. This is just extra damage, allows us to pull everything near us. It's really just a huge quality of life for the Necro, and I hope they never get rid of this. Played a little bit without it, and it does not feel nearly as good to play Necro. Plus, who loves just seeing everything blow up around your screen? That's it for gear. Paragon's pretty simple. My first 10 or 15 points here, you just fill in out this beginning tree for the max amount of stats you can get early with no glyphs really leveled. This is what you want to do. And yeah, let's get into it. And yeah, we are sacrificing all our minions. I guess we can go over that real quick. We are just taking increased shadow damage, we are taking increased damage to vulnerable enemies, and we get the extra life from the golem. Pretty simple. Alright, let's see how this goes. I'm still learning how to play the build here, but essentially the combo is you decrepify everything before you go in, you try to hit with your auto attack, and then when your auto attack goes off, you spam your bone tendrils before it makes a different item. Then you corpse explosion and you get blocked off by a big wall and can't get in there, so you reset. It's already back up and we go back in. So damage looks like it's really good. Another thing about this build I find really great is that you are quite fast actually. There's quite a bit of CC with the bone tendrils always pulling things in. And yeah, just absolutely melting everything. This build is definitely far from being min-maxed. I can't wait till we get our cooldowns nice and low. These Punishers are probably one of the scariest monsters in the Capstone. You want to target them as quickly as possible because they have this slam move that will one-shot you from across the screen. As I found out in my last attempt with the Blade build. One Punisher there put me down probably 5 times. So as we're going through, I'm just letting my corpse explosions automatically cast. That's what's doing all the damage here. I could automatically cast or manually cast my corpse explosions if I wanted to. But we seem to be clearing everything nice and easy. I'm just gonna run past all these loose mobs. I found that the Capstone dungeon's really good for farming the Malignant Hearts. If you guys are looking for one. This is my first time playing Necro. I didn't play it prior to Season 1. Just looked like it was going to be a lot of fun this season with the automatically detonating corpses. I'm sure there's some sort of build you can make around it. I'm guessing this is one of the builds. The main goal of this build is to try to get the Bone Storm cooldown as far as we can down. So that's where a lot of our damage is coming from. Eventually we'll be able to spam Blood Mist all the time, which will be very nice. I think one of the strongest things about this build is that you could take down any level of content. Oh god. As long as you can kill the elites within your blood mist window. If you're always invulnerable and doing damage, then I guess you just can do damage all the time. So far, liking this build a lot. I haven't found a whole lot of downsides, and I've only been playing... I mean, I guess there's a reason I haven't found a lot of downsides. I've only been playing it for about an hour now. But it seems to be doing very well. A lot tankier than I thought without the skeletons running around everywhere, kind of deflecting some of the damage. Quite happy about all that. These blowing up guys are way easier to deal with the mist. It's just way more comfortable with the mist in the build. If you guys haven't tried it, I definitely recommend it. If you get the Wrathful Heart, that gives you the damage over time effects. I think you guys will enjoy playing this build a lot. Nice, a devious marker. See how Elias goes this time. It seems like it went pretty easy. If you like the build, if you learned something, like and subscribe. Enjoy playing this build. Get into World Tour 4 easy. And enjoy. Hope you guys enjoying Season 1. I know I have. And I'm gonna just blast through some content, grab some new gear, and see what I can come up with next.